Welcome to the Data-Driven Meta Review powered by the priming. I'm here with Kinto, and we're going to go through the priming to see what the data says is happening in the meta of parallel TCG. How you doing, man?
Yeah, all good, Flux. Thanks for doing this. We're here doing a big review of the priming. As you can see, when you get into and launch the priming, the first thing you will see is the gameplay insights, which is what we were going to do in this video, review all the insights we have for decks, for games recorded, games played, the average game length. You can see the card stats, the win rates per Paragon here, the popularity of each Paragon and Parallel. You can see it in both of them.
And so since it's our first episode, we're going to go through some of this stuff. In future episodes, we'll probably get right into the decks a lot faster, but we'll give you guys, or Kinto's going to give you guys an overview of how all this works.
Yeah, sure. You have the trending stats, games recorded. Like I like to filter by last week since it's the most accurate information for latest games played and latest data that you can get if you're constantly grinding and all of that. So last week we recorded 7,000 games. We have 77 contributors, and the average game length for last week is 11 minutes and 90 seconds. So
if you're watching this, sorry, Kinto, if you're watching this, go enable your data sharing. You might not have done it yet. You can start contributing games to the data pool.
We see here the win rate box, which seems to be the most popular thing that we will want to see. We see that Niahm, it's first, then Scipius, then Nehemiah. This is what you would expect. Let's get into the Niahm deck. Once again, I like to filter right away for last week.
I have one question, because I think a lot of people will be thinking this if they watch it, and they're going to be like, wait, I have a question, which is, why isn't Kathy number one? A lot of people think Kathy's the strongest. Well, she's not even in that top five. Like, what? And I know the answer. We've talked about this, but for people who don't know, like, why isn't Kathy even in our top five? Like, is she actually not good, or what is that?
Well, it seems the reason is because since it's the most played Paragon of all, you have all levels of players playing Kathy, and this makes it so that Kathy becomes then a lower win rate deck because you have from the few amounts of players, you have many of them playing it with a low win rate. So it makes it so that the whole Paragon, it has a lower win rate in this Paragon summary.
Niahm is tough, so usually more experienced players are playing Niahm, which helps her have a higher win rate.
Correct. So if you see here, like the games played for Niahm last week, it's 1,344. It doesn't add up with what you see here. As you can notice, but that's because there's a threshold. You need to have more than a certain amount of games. In this case, 15 games for it to appear here. So there's from all the contributors, there's many of them just played less than 15 games. That's why they don't appear here in the last week.
Okay, got it. So let's dig into the decks in particular. So what's like the best Niahm deck? We have to keep in mind the games played and some of this stuff, right? So maybe number 3, number 6.
Number 3, let's check it out. Yeah, this is a one that's pretty standard. 1 Triumph of the Lost. It's 1 collateral damage.
Yeah, this is like the Niahm deck, pretty much.
Yeah. This is the standard Niahm deck that doesn't run like too much of the triumphs, since definitely like it doesn't. It's a card that if you're also playing against decks that don't have effects, for example, Kathy is not playing many effects now. Scipius, it's even reducing triumphs themselves. So yeah, this is pretty standard in the sense that have everything going on and levels things up. So 31 games played here, 67% win rate here. Yeah, this looks like a high level player playing Niahm. We have another one here, 62% win rate, like pretty similar list. 2 triumphs, 2 collaterals.
He's got stolen power.
The stolen
he's got the
power,
shard. The other list didn't have the shard. That's the biggest difference I see here. That's a pretty big difference.
No shard. 2 void
Only
trappers instead of 3.
2 researchers, 2 void trappers.
Yeah. I mean, some tweaks here and there, but as you can see, it's the same list, basically. So
like I like the number 3 one more because I feel like it'd be more consistent with, I don't know, it's a little more 3-ofs. Like this other list has so many 1s and 2s, like 1 copy or 2 copy of the card.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 1 stolen power. I mean, stolen power is a card that you wanted because Niamh can get really close to lethal, to getting killed really early on. So stolen power is a good card to have there as a tech card. If you don't need it at the moment, you can just bank it. But if you can and have a corrupted unit, you can get that 4 heal, which is really nice.
That's true. That's a good point. That plus Malia, you get some pretty good heals going.
I mean, yeah. So then you have the matchup tab here. You see that there's definitely a high win rate against Naeus because of all the bots, I guess, of all the people playing Naeus.
79% against New Dawn doesn't make sense to me.
Doesn't make sense, but remember, like, we have here probably many, like, as you said, many high-level players. These players know how to play against New Dawn. They know that they just need to get those Demox out of the way, and they will win the game, no matter what.
Really? So, I guess I'm wrong. I thought New Dawn was favored against Niamh.
It is. Okay. But if you're a high-end, like high-level player, you know how to play against New Dawn. You will beat New Dawn every time if you know how to play.
Now that I'm looking at it, that makes sense. Plus, all the win rates are positive except for the ADHQ one. Like they're all positive. So it's like it really is, people are just doing well. The Niamh players are playing really well this week. All right, let's look at the next deck. What's next?
So
Skippy.
Right into Skippy, 2,878 games played. We have here the first one at 75%, but then I think this is the most logical to choose.
Yeah, number 3 has 40 games
Number 3
played.
has 40 games. We can see here Radiant Legion, really good synergy with Droshan. The Memento also great synergy, has 1 tech copy of Master Poisoner, only 1 Convergence Centaurus, which I think it's fine. Running a bit heavy on the Convergence to synergize with the Convergent Recruiter. Going with the Kalar also, which is interesting. 1 Saboteur. Like, this is a really complete deck full of tech cards. 1 Slinger and 2 Reliant Gammas. 2 Con Incipients. This is an interesting deck, but definitely one that can become a very versatile deck, I would say. So I really like it. Wouldn't say it's like the best deck overall, since can fail a bit in consistency, but I mean, we see it here, 70% win rate and 40 games played. I think it's okay overall. So the next one we see here, which I like a lot, it's this one, 69.7%, 33 games played, and an 8-minute average time. And this looks more of a deck with tech cards.
Another one, it has the 1 copy of Centaurus again.
Yeah, 1 copy of Centaurus. The CPM Praetor, which I think makes more sense. 1 Droshan again, like everyone's now, all the high level players are running the 1 Droshan copy.
No Legion this time. No Radiant Legion.
No Radiant Legion, which it's a card that I love a lot, but was mostly used when Killbox was more used in the meta.
True, and that other deck was running 1 copy of Killbox, whereas this one is not. It's got the Disassembly Swarm instead. Exactly. Stuff. Okay.
So going with a Disassembly Swarm here to just control a bit. I think this makes the same idea as the Kalar of the other one. 2 Saboteurs, 1 Slinger, 1 Reliant Gamma. Going with the Princeps also to synergize with the Domina. And the 3 Triumphs. So overall, this seems to be the norm right now for Skippy. 1 Master Poisoner also. It's like it's a combination between going with some Convergence, with a Recruiter, being able to cycle your deck, going with the Droshan, and overall the standard skip Cathari list we see here.
Yeah,
So
Skippy feels good right now. They nerfed Skippy a few times, and he's still just like it still does what it does. It's a very strong deck, especially with some of the new tech going on. Stealth Field Generator. Whoa, what?
yeah, this is definitely a guy try harding some off meta stuff that apparently it's not going as well as he thinks.
I mean, you're so harsh. 56%. He's positive. He's going okay.
Yeah, but
yeah, not optimal. Not optimal. I get what you mean.
I mean,
this is
so
fun,
many.
Though.
Yeah, so many off meta cards. The retired officer Nura, Velitus, the stealth field, Scipius expertise. Like, I mean,
The
2 copies of Killbox. Definitely a deck that can get stuck, I would say. Can get a lot of bricks and stuff that won't be able to handle a proper meta deck. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be consistent, but that's kind of fun. Okay, let's go. Let's keep cooking. We got a lot of Paragons to look at.
Nehemiah. Once again, filtered by week. 1.5k games.
Not bad.
And we see here, once again, a 17 one as the first one. We see a 65%, 32 games. Seems logical.
Games are so slow that it's hard to get more than 30 games in a week for person.
Yeah, 11 minutes. I mean, we don't see the average time here for a specific Paragon, but you see that the times are way higher.
I bet it would be the longest. Yeah, I wonder what Paragon's the longest. Anyway, though, this list is looking pretty good. I like this list.
Yeah.
Things are changing for Earthen with the patch happening actually today at the time of recording, because allocated provisions is getting a big change. So we'll have to see how that impacts Earthen decks.
Correct. I mean, it's not a big nerf, but it's a nerf overall for the allocated provisions. I think it's like if you're a min-maxer, yeah, definitely it's a nerf. But overall, you can still do stuff with it. Definitely it's a nerf, but it's okay. You see here, yeah, definitely one Grove Guardian. The Solea,
Guardian is
3 Virulence.
I think people usually run multiple or they don't run any.
I mean, like you see, you just have basically 4 options here.
He just wants more. They want more early game consistency, I guess. They just toss in that one extra.
Yeah. Going with a Take It or Leave It. 1 copy of Take It or Leave It. 1 copy of Cleanse the Earth. 3 copies of Virulent. It's interesting. Definitely, I think this is pretty standard Earthen list where you can tweak here and there, but overall, it seems like a nice deck to run. Like really low overall average time, like to the low side. 32 games. This is a good list that you can get here.
What about number 7?
Let's see, number 7, 38 games, 60% win rate. So you can see going with the armor support, the Cunning Diplomat, once again the 2 Aurora Fungi, which Aurora Fungi is an interesting card to run because if you get your Steward of the Garden no snitched, the Aurora Fungi is your solution here that you can play on turn 2 and start doing something. But then if you get stuck with nothing to play on turn 2 or just something that's not as valuable, then it's where you can get behind. Going with the 3 Romagin Research is fine. 2 Terra Gliders, interesting.
Only 2.
Yeah. And overall, pretty much the same. 2 Formidable Presences. I think, yeah, this is how you play or how you build Nehemiah. Like, you take some stuff, 1 Merciless Bulwark, adding that like as a tech card, removing another thing. But overall, it's the same with the Terra, the Titan, Solea, Wong, the Glider, Romagin, and everything you see here, basically.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Let's keep cooking.
So, you want to see Gafar?
Wasn't expecting that.
Last week, 144 games, and we have 2 people playing it, but 1 with 39 games and a not so good win rate, barely positive. So I don't know about this list. It can.
This is looking weird, man.
Interesting with a Terraformation Engine. So yeah.
I haven't even seen Terraformation Engine since the set launched. I forgot that card existed. It's like a 4-drop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 4-drop, 0/0. Effects that target you and your friendly units cost 1 more. And then Aftermath, you create one thing or draw a card. I mean, too many cards, I would say. I wouldn't recommend copying this deck. Too many cards, too many options here that can put you in a situation.
Loyalist? He's running 1 copy of Mizra Loyalist, Ginto. 1 copy of Mizra Loyalist. What the heck? Yo, this is they're on a different level from us. We can't even fathom this deck.
Yeah. Too many things here. This could become way inconsistent. So I wouldn't recommend copying this deck. And you can see here, 40 games, 56% win rate. It's not worth it. So right now, there's nothing for Gafar because of the amount of games played with it.
All right. He's not really 4th place. It's kind of a fluke.
Yeah, exactly. So last week for Augencore,
on the other hand,
1.5. Okay. And then we see one guy with 25 games and a 68% win rate. Same thing again. Like this probably is a lower end player that's playing on the lower levels. This deck has too many cards, too many one-offs. I don't think this he might be cooking, but in probably gold or silver. I don't know.
This looks like a singleton deck.
Yeah, Highlander. Almost. So we want to search here for decks that are like let's see this guy, 49 games. Same thing. Like
wow,
full of stuff.
So this could be because at high ranks, Augencore is considered weakest right now, I believe, and so the people who are playing a lot of it tend to be at lower ranks. Maybe does that make sense?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
So let's see one of these.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Well, yeah, but still like too basic, like too many basic cards that are not powerful.
Yeah, so, card quality's not there for that list.
So this is a deck that can be considered meta. So this makes more sense. Yeah. You won't have this problem. Eventually we will have a tag of the highest rank that played the deck. So you will know which rank is actually playing this deck, if it's a master, or if it's a platinum player, or if it's a gold player. So, I mean, by the looks of it, this looks more like a meta deck with all the heavy guns, the Sesmirs, Sevastar, the 2 MTAFs, the workshops for assembly. You have here the repeater cannon, the upcycled, the 2 anti-organic pulses, the point defense turrets, which are powerful cards that can address the threats of the meta. Stabilized shard, ramp it up, 1 personal SMR, which is the standard. Not going too wide on cards as you saw in the other decks, but going with the necessary cards to actually be able to handle the threats of the meta. The Saboteur, really complete deck, when with a Taker Leader and Snow Snitching also. Yeah, this is a meta deck that probably a master is playing to complete their prismatics or solars, since it can address the shrouds, it can address the CPs with early game, and also the Cathys.
Yeah, I like this list a lot. This would be definitely the one I pick.
We saw one, like I would add just tech card as an acid spray, as we've seen lately, to deal with a memento, and that will complete it up. Like when you're playing these decks, you want to make them full of tech cards that can deal with all of this little threats that can appear here and there in the meta. So yeah, this is how you find the gems here in the priming.
Let's talk about Brand. So Brand has been getting played by some really high-level players this month. I feel like he might be a little bit under the radar right now.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at some of these decks.
So we see here the first one, really good one, 68%, 54 games played, and a 7-minute, 47 seconds average time. Really complete deck here. Definitely balanced out. Seems like a meta Brand deck there with the Unseen Allies. You have here the tech card, the Interrogator Class Fighter. Attacks to the face and steals 1 card to the Singularity. This is really nice card if you manage to attack with it. Going with a Monolith to really get those Corrupted Visions out of the Singularity in an efficient way. The Unseen Allies, 2 Demox. really balanced deck, really good deck that definitely can be copied. And yeah, I mean, this is how you know, like 68% win rate, 54 games played is a good sample size, good win rate. Probably played by a master player.
That's very fast and very effective. Yeah, I like this list. The Void Keepers are interesting. You got 2 of those.
Yeah. Big chunky unit there to, like, I mean, now I still can get no snitch, but it still can, like, no snitch will be used against other stuff, I guess. So definitely worth it.
They can't snitch at all. They can't snitch the Steward and the Void Trapper and the Spectre and the Void Keeper. Yeah, they're gonna run out.
Yeah. So really nice brand deck here.
Right,
what else are we missing? Yeah, we haven't gone
one
through.
Or 2 more. Let's do maybe Kathy. I know people are going to want to see Kathy.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see here, if you hover, you see that the Division HQ has a higher win rate, but as I said in the beginning of the recording, that Division HQ has 67 games won, but Kathy has 722 games won. So basically, Kathy is being played more. That's why it has a lower win rate, because it averages out with the rest. 3,000 games played, and you can see here the guys at the top. We can check this one here, 65.9 with 44 games played, 8 minutes, and you see here that this is a really, like, out of the bat, really complete Kathy deck. 1 Master Poiser, 1 Sao. Goes with the Orbital Strike and the Catherine's expertise to basically, when it runs out of steam, be able to still do lethal damage. Goes with the Solar Grenades to bank something that's not useful, since they tend to run out of steam and needs stuff that can play the rest of their deck. No take it or leave it, but overall, really nice. Take it or leave it can become one of those cards that make it so that they will run out of steam. And the Memento, which is really nice for a unit Kathy deck, paired up with a Kathy's Rallying Cry. Yeah.
This is a really clean list. Like, it's just very much cut down to the essentials. I think I like it a lot.
Exactly. The Logistics Mastery also, which was not seen play for a while, but now seems to be going in again. Popularity of 87% now. Yeah, many people playing it.
Gotta run Logistics. I want to see the the one with 95 games, number 5. That's a lot of games.
62% win rate with 95 games, 10 minutes. So this is a list that falls down more into the lower level, I would say. The combat veterans.
Oh yeah, this one has the tactical display and stuff, so it's a bit of a weird Kathy list.
Yeah, tactical display. I mean, still 95 games played with a 62% win rate. This guy probably has achieved some type of higher rank, even if playing this list. Since 95 games a lot. Definitely Kathy, it's the most played Paragon, the most popular Paragon, as you can see it here in the popularity tab, popularity box. 20% of the players playing Kathy, 20% playing Scipius, 10% Nehemiah, 10% Brand.
Just for me, before we wrap, can you show me Asio? Let me see if there's any good Asio decks. I just need to believe.
So we see here for last week's 170 games played, no Asio.
No one has played more than 15 games. Everyone's given up. She's having a tough time right now.
Yeah, but
although I mean, King was playing games. He must not be sharing his data yet. We got to get King to share.
Yeah, for sure. But there's a guy here that, I mean, it's last month. Probably
yeah,
it's still valid.
69% win rate. Me? That might be me. Sorry to interrupt, but it's number 3 real quick. Can you look at it? Because I think it might be me.
127 decks.
Is it Meridus, Enraged Beast? This is totally my list, yeah.
This is your list?
Yeah, that was me in 3rd place. So 59% across a month. What you would say is maybe not too impressive, but at least close.
No, I mean, it's okay. Like for HO, super good.
Pretty good, right? All right, sorry, back to number 1, though. Let's see the real list.
Yeah, this is a 69% with 42 games played. This looks interesting. Definitely the Meritus, the Convergent Mass, Cerulean Hunter, the Reciprocal Hoplite. Overall, really good Asia list, really standard, I would say.
Yeah, Hoplite's interesting. I never ran that one, but it has seen more play lately, I think. And it's just, the draw card effect is the big thing. I didn't really like it because it can get snitched, but then again, they want to use the snitch on like the subjugates or Kalar, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it probably makes sense, honestly. An interesting card.
totally. The last thing that I would like to mention here is a Dex tab where you can filter. Also, last week or last month, and you can see the best decks. We see here the brand that we liked a lot as number 1 last week. So if you just want to go in and get the best decks that were played for each Paragon, just go down here and see it. Might not be too accurate right now for Catherine, since there's too many people playing Catherine, but and Scipius also. But overall, this is what you get here. Definitely, when more people are contributing, we'll have even better and more accurate data.
Yeah, we got to work on getting more people to share their games. I feel I got to get on people about that. We can get that number up.
Yeah, and if we go to the card stats box, you can see here, like if you want to find a card that's introduced to the meta, like really, really for sure, you can see here that the Droshan has in the last week 455 games, popularity 86%, and a win rate of 65. This is definitely a card that's now played in all the top Scipius decks for sure. This has been introduced to the meta, as you can see here.
Xerator cooking.
Xerator, very nice card. So yeah, that's a wrap for our session of today.
Awesome. Yeah, that was pretty good. It was an informative look at the meta, and I'm curious to see how it evolves after this patch that's coming out this week. A lot of interesting changes, especially no snitching. I think it can only target stuff up to 4 costs now, right? So it'd be interesting to see how that impacts stuff next week or 2 weeks from now, whenever the next time we do this is. It'll be very interesting to see what's changed.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks a lot, Flux, for doing this. See you on the next one.
See ya.